Today we're going to be looking at the push pass in hockey. The aims are: can I push the ball into accurately to my teammate? Can I choose the right time to pass the ball? Can I put enough pace on the ball to get it to its intended target? These aims correspond with the criteria set from last week's session.
This first task, all 5 players are in a small area passing to anyone in space. They pass the ball and move again. Currently, they have no explanation as to what a push pass is, but some are doing it already.
The push pass in particular, any clues of what a push pass might be? So, am I going to draw my stick back and make contact with the ball like that?
Make contact with your stick.
Yeah, so the ball's going to stay in contact with my stick and I'm just going to step into it and push it to the person I want it to go to. Why do you think we use this pass?
Accurate.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's easier to play join down.
That's it, perfect. So you're already there. So if you're running with the ball and you're running with the ball and then you're already in the place. So what we're going to do is we're going to stand.
In this drill, I asked the players to pass the ball to each other, running up the side of the court, and pass around the one defensive player that was on the pitch. At first, they struggled to pass the ball around the defensive player. This time, the players worked well as a team and they passed it back and forth so they could get free and get a clear shot goal. In this first game, we're going back to something like the core task that was played at the beginning of the session. There is one player in a bib who is playing for both teams, and it is the player's aim to get the ball to him to score a point. There are constraints on this game. They can only use the basketball D, and they can only use a push pass to score. So that's by getting the player with the bib the ball. If they push it to him, they score a point. If they don't, they continue playing. As they were playing, I was reminding the players to get into space and keep low when passing the ball, as it's the easiest way to get speed and accuracy on their pass. We then went on to talk about the different stances and different passes and techniques in hockey.
Okay, so Jack, what's the best way? What stance should be in? Should you be in when you're playing hockey? Yes, please. If you're pushing the ball, should you draw your stick back? What should you do instead? Yeah, so perfect. And finally, this is a copy of the assessment criteria that the students would have brought with them and taken away with them after each. On the left-hand side is the aim for each, either passing, defending or shooting, and then they colour through the table, changing the colour every time they've improved the level. So if for the first week, for example, they thought they only attained a level 2 in passing, and the next week they feel like they've improved, then they colour it with a different level to show the change. At the end of the session, I asked the participants to grade themselves from 1 to 10, 1 being a pure novice who cannot pass the ball, 10 being a player who can play for the school team. These can be changed for the individual or whole group depending on their ability.